Hello, today I will be comparing my gamer profile test results with my actual game experiences. So let's get started. First of all, the site says that I'm a bounty hunter, and bounty hunters are apparently solo and action-oriented explorers, and they want their own game worlds that they can customize and discover. And also they like power progression and unleashing mayhem. So for this, I can't say it's overall correct. For solo, I'm not sure because it depends on the game, it depends on your friends, who are you playing with. And I really do enjoy playing with others when it comes to some games, some moments. I really love it. So I don't agree with it, but others, yeah. Let's dive into the details. So we first start with action. As we can see, my action is 55%, which includes excitement and destruction. Excitement is 72%, while destruction is 38%. For action itself, I can say I enjoy the action when it is not too overwhelming, and I prefer the action over a calm gameplay most of the times. 55% is almost right, but I would say it could be higher. For excitement component, I agree with the rate. For destruction, it depends on the game actually. Let me give an example with Cyberpunk 2077. Personally, Cyberpunk is my favorite game, not because it is a perfect game, because it's not, with the bugs of course, but because it has things I really enjoy. For example, for destruction component, there were parts where I had to create some chaos and explode things. Destroying and throwing things, shooting enemies, and I really had fun doing that. And not just these explosion missions, I also love the stealth missions. I go both ways, I'd say. And you can choose the game style you want to play in Cyberpunk, so yeah, that's why I like the game, one of the reasons. So I think my distraction percent could be higher. And another thing I love is the exciting and action-involved missions. The stealth missions are pretty exciting for me if I'm entering the area for the first time, and Cyberpunk gave me the feeling that I'm really in an important job. There was this time where I was secretly entering the Arasaka Tower with Panam and her crew. It really made me feel like I was inside the game, hiding and seeking, trying to find moments where they don't look at me and do the job without them noticing. It was really fun to do. Another example for action might be the times where I was on big missions. On the path of becoming a legend of Night City, you always get inside the danger, action and chaos. But it makes you feel like you're alive. You are there making a change, and you rule the world, but still the world lives by itself. My social component is 47%, which includes competition, which is 46%, and community, which is 50% for me. Yeah, I enjoy playing some games solo mostly when I want to focus on the game, and since it's hard to find people that I can play with in terms of skill levels in the game and the person's personality, but for some games, I do enjoy playing with others. For example, Valorant, League of Legends, Street Fighter, I would want to play with friends. For community component, once in Street Fighter, I was fighting against a man, and he bit me like 12 times, and after that he started tutorialing me and showing me around in the Street Fighter 6 arena, which is an arena you can play with others and stuff. He was showing me the other players which play good, and I really enjoy interacting with others. He was like, you can play with this guy, these play good, blah blah. For example, this guy plays really good, you can learn from him, etc. And I really had fun. Also, once I played Street Fighter 5 with my mom, it was really fun that I couldn't even play properly from laughing, and yeah, my mom beat me. It was so much fun. For Valorant, whenever I get into Valorant, I jump around with others, draw things with bullets, with random people. It's so much fun. And in League of Legends, yeah, it's also fun with friends. But, you know, League of Legends, people playing League of Legends are problematic. It's so scary. No, I'm not sure about League of Legends now, anyways. But the bad thing of playing with others is that the other players might be a noob or a pro compared to you, and this affects your game extremely, yeah. Another thing is that some people might be so rude, or like, not from your generation kind of stuff. Like, what I'm meaning is the little childs playing the game. It's a pain playing with them. Things like that may make your game experience so bad. For example, League of Legends! Everyone swears at me out of nowhere, and they feed, and damn, please save me. Anyways, for competition, I love a fight with someone which has close mastery levels and skills, but at the same time, when the players are not balanced, the experience becomes a disaster, and I don't like being rushed to the place where I can't have space to get on feet anymore. But probably, I would want to play Cyberpunk with a suitable friend and fight together. Experience all stories together and affect each other. Still sometimes, being alone and the lead of the game is so much better. when it comes to making decisions. For mastery components, it's 13%. It's so low. I know why is this. I only play League of Legends. Yeah, that's why this percentage is too low. So mastery component includes challenge, which is 15%, and strategy is 20% for me, and I'll get to that now. The reason mastery percentage is this low is that I don't usually play hardcore. Even the games I often play, I don't get too pro. For example, I have been playing League of Legends for almost 5 years now, and still my max rank was silver. I also played Valorant until level 100, but it's the same for that game as well. While the teammates I got also affected this, you can still see that I'm no hardcore gamer and I don't train to get much better, I just play it for fun. For Street Fighter, it has so many controls and combos, and until you learn, you can't even have fun properly. To be honest, I don't know how I learned League of Legends because it is also a long journey, but I guess I was more excited about learning new games back then. For Cyberpunk, I can say that the first times I played the game were so exciting and fun to me. I was making strategies and planning what to do, but after I played it for a couple times, I just got so bored. I didn't want to deal with fighting enemies over and over again. So instead of playing the game on hard mode, I switched to easy mode just to play it faster and don't waste my time. Most of the times fighting with enemies often feels like a duty that interrupts my fun, and I want to skip it as soon as possible, which makes me think that I won't be happy playing Elden Ring. Because I don't want to fight with a boss over and over again and repeat myself. I played Rent King, which you fight with enemies on the map, turn-based, and it was happening too much that I hated combating and just wanted to skip and play the game. Also for strategy, I don't like turn-based strategy games. They are slow-paced and you have to think on it too much, and you might fail and try other things again and again. I played Baldur's Gate 3 for a couple hours and the combats were disasters. I love playing fast decisions and fast actions, which means making a plan once, and after that, all the things I do will be on the moment. This is much more fun to me. But still, challenge and strategy being that low isn't accurate because I don't like playing casual and slow-paced games neither. I just don't like when it's too overwhelming and stopping me from having fun, and having a progression in game or is too repetitive. Achievement 86%, which includes completion 89% and power 66%. Let's see. I took the test based on Cyberpunk 2077, so that's why the achievement has a high percentage. And yeah, since I love Cyberpunk, I want to complete all the achievements. Actually, it is something like the desire and the obsession to get the things I love and have them. Own them with no missing things. For some games, I don't have the urge to complete all the achievements. I just want to finish the game to experience the game, at least for once, fully. For example, recently I played Resident Evil 7 and 8. I must say, I'm not a fan of horror because it feels like it doesn't let me solve the puzzles quickly, which have the solutions in my mind, and it has an overwhelming effect on me. So I was just wishing to finish the game quickly, and I wouldn't play it again to complete the achievements. I would play maybe for having the fun again after a while, but not for achievements. But for Cyberpunk 2077, it was different. There's also something similar to that in League of Legends, but I'll get to that. Cyberpunk is a game I love. The story, the environment, the lore, the philosophy, the missions, and everything else, to be honest. I felt like the game was special for me. I loved the characters like real persons, and I felt like I belonged there. So I wanted to be the best in Night City, which counts as a power component, by the way. And I wanted to achieve everything the game, no matter what, which led me to watch tutorial and gameplay videos of the game. A lot of videos I watched. I was having fun what I'm doing in the game and taking my time finishing every single mission and get all the rewards. That's why I played the game for around 550 hours. Normally with the DLC. Completing the game is around 100 hours, let's say. All the missions and stuff. And I played so much more than that. For League of Legends, it's about collecting the skins for some certain characters or themes I love. As I said, it's also an obsession. For example, in League of Legends, I play Evelynn. I'm an Evelynn main. I played her so much more than the other characters, and I have a lot of her skins. Again, for power component, yeah, I do like having the power. In Cyberpunk, it's actually a name as well. You aim to get big, be the first living legend in the Night City. But the Night City logic is different. There are no living legends. As you get more powerful, you also get closer to death. Dying a legend is like an honor for League of Legends. Even if it's not the main objective, I find getting powerful the most charming thing in the game. So that means completion component depends on the game, and the power component percentage should be higher. My creativity component is 91%, which includes discovery 86% and design 85%. I mostly agree with these percentages. I'm someone who really loves customization, and I love the fact that I can make my own character in Cyberpunk, which belongs to me. And I also can choose what to wear or what vehicles to use, which house to stay at, or what style I want to have. Choosing pets are another way of it. The pets are street kid, nomad, and corporal, which give you different life starts and cool to have. And also, at some points, you have different dialogue options depending on the path you chose. Making my own character is one of the things I like the most, but making a complete new place is something different. For example, in Genshin Impact you had a teapot, a place you can build your own place, but for me it was too much because, I don't know, maybe I'm just lazy, but focusing on everything at once is a burden for me. Also, they didn't give all the options, so we had to earn or craft new items slowly, and the options were like limited, kinda have the same themes. So I didn't quite enjoy it, but maybe for another customizable city game, maybe I would love it more, I don't know. And this leads to using every item in hand, but not being able to make it up to my likings. I want to focus on only one object at a time, and take my time with designing it, so making a whole new place makes my brain hurt. Discovering component is also so true. I'm a gamer who expects unexpected things to happen and secret gifts to show up in games, and I literally search for every place in the area I'm in. I feel bad if I don't search the place fully. Even when I first started Cyberpunk, I was looking at all places I could to find any items, and I probably collected all the junk I found, hoping that they were special. Since Cyberpunk was like my first ever game I played other than things like League of Legends, I was pretty amazed by finding stuff in every game. I expect some hidden items and search, but when I understand the developers didn't think about it, I feel sad, and sometimes I just lose my attention in the game. So yeah, creativity is important, and I love it when it's not overwhelming, but it lets me be myself as much as possible in the game. Immersion is 85%, which includes fantasy 64% and story 92%. I'm an overthinker, and I love looking at life from different perspectives. I love adding philosophy, art, and science to my ideas and think deeply about things. This makes me care about the stories and lores. I really love the lore of Runeterra, for example. It's such a big universe and there are so many creative things in it. The characters and their stories are all so impactful and deep. Like Arcane. Yeah, we have the Runeterra map, we have lots of stories, comics, animations about the lore of Runeterra, and we have this Arcane, which is like a masterpiece. Even a small piece of lore is so huge and detailed when it comes to Runeterra. I can't say this for the League of Legends. For Cyberpunk, it's the theme, the philosophy of the dystopian cyberpunk universe combined with real-life issues adapted to future tech. The way Cyberpunk 2077's narrative and world building so bold and different is really charming. I also can empathize with the characters and the system of how things work. They were so brave with sarcastic elements in the game, and I love these kinda standing out details. They used really creative ads, for example, in the game. Or like, the conversations with people were all unique. But me finding story important doesn't mean I love the story games the most. About the story games, I played Detroit Become Human and Beyond Two Souls, for example, and yeah, I liked the games, but they were definitely not my style, especially for gameplay. I also hate reading long stuff in games normally, but in Cyberpunk, the way they wrote some texts made me read them enjoying myself. For fantasy component, I like being someone else, but not like someone else entirely. When we think about it, no one is bringing themselves to their fullest in real life, and I myself am not being myself in this life too. I can't live completely according to what I think, what I believe. I can't be the true version of myself because of so many stuff in our lives. But in games, we can be the persons we really are, so being a different person in the game means experiencing a side you have and be yourself by being someone else. So I wouldn't say I would like to play as someone totally different, like roleplay someone that isn't me, but sometimes I would also like to experience a person's point of view, like in books. For example, reading a book from a soldier's view might give you what soldiers experience, etc. And it's a good experience for me too. And for the exploration part of fantasy component, the same thing goes. If the place makes me feel something inside, I would want to be a part of it and explore which happens in Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, we become a mercenary and we are in a dystopian city where the powerful uses the weak and a loop of success and death. A wild place with wild tech, a place that plays tough on you, and you develop yourself, you get jobs, and you decide what to do to be better. The things I was doing were also exciting to me, and I saw a part of me in that game, which made me feel like I was being myself by being this Merc V. I don't know if this counts as a fantasy or the opposite, but it's kinda tricky.